Let's go to Delhi. We can speak there to a member of the Saket District Court Bar Association, Nagendra Kasana, and from our London newsroom by criminal justice barrister Richard Jury. Nagendra, if I can start with you, what has happened to the belief that people are presumed innocent before they go to trial?
Belief is very much existent even today. Even we assume, we know that the accused, all those accused are not guilty until the trial court proves them to be guilty. What we are doing is, we are not representing those accused. At the same time, there is no prohibition for any lawyer to come forward and defend those accused. So the accused are in the safe hands. They would still have a fair trial. The only thing we have done is we have shown our solidarity. We have shown our support to the Indian people, that we are with them in this larger cause.
Well, you say they'll have a fair trial, but these men have been held for 3 weeks now without any legal representation. Surely they would have had the right to that right from the moment they were arrested.
The thing is, the trial hasn't started yet.
No, but they've been held in police custody.
Yes, that's normally the case with every criminal case. The trial takes time. The start of the trial takes time. The trial starts after a month or two. But in this particular case, just because there is a fast-track court, the trial has started very soon. So the very day from which the trial starts, it was today. And the case was adjourned to some other date. So the accused would have a lawyer.
Richard Jury, how concerned are you about the turn of events here?
Well, I think everyone here is very concerned. It's not for lawyers to individually make a determination about whether they should act in a case. If they're qualified to act in a case, they should be available to act in a case. As I understand it, the local bar have signed a document indicating, or a resolution, that they will collectively decline instructions. That is contrary to their own bar standards code of conduct in India.
Do you think that in the long run this could be very counterproductive? Because in previous cases where people have refused to represent defendants, it's led ultimately to appeals and even acquittals.
Well, that's absolutely right. Everyone is entitled, or should be entitled, to fair and open representation. And clearly what we can see at the moment, from the viewpoint of the information we've got at the moment, is that there are lawyers who are not putting forward their services. As I understand it, they're having to get lawyers externally to come in and at a late stage in proceedings.
Nagendra Kasana, I'm not sure if you were able to hear Richard Jury, but is it true that you collectively have signed a petition or an agreement that none of your members will represent these defendants?
Yes, I would like to make one thing clear. Any lawyer from outside the Saket Bar, be it from any part of Delhi or outside of Delhi, can come and appear for those accused. Still, any member of Saket Bar Association who is willing to come forward and defend those accused is at liberty to do so. The executive body of the Saket Bar has appealed to the members of the bar not to appear. But in case there is a lawyer who is willing to come forward to appear for those accused, he can do so freely without any threat from our side, from any kind. Because we are a body, we cannot take any punitive action against any particular lawyer. So any lawyer who decides to appear is free to appear for those accused.
But you are you not? And I repeat this, I mean, setting up this case as a miscarriage of justice. If your members aren't prepared to go in with open eyes and look at the evidence and defend these defendants, because that is their right.
Yes, it is their right. They would have a lawyer. This is what I am repeatedly saying. It's only a few lawyers who are empaneled in the Saket Bar have decided otherwise. However, any member, because any lawyer is free to accept any brief. He's at liberty to do so. He can reject a brief. So this is what we have appealed to the members of the bar. However, if any member wants to appear for any of those accused or all the accused, he's at liberty to do so.
But shouldn't you be above public opinion in cases like this?
Yes, but this case, this infamous rape case, is also a one-off incident. It never happened. It's a brutal rape. It's a brutal murder. So we just wanted to show our sympathy with the people of this country, that we are with them. We wanted reforms. The people wanted reforms. There are protests all over the country.
All right, Nagendra
for reforms in the
Kasana,
judicial system.
I'm sorry, I'm just going to have one last comment from Richard Jory, who's been listening to that. A final thought from you, Mr. Jory.
Well, I think the real danger here is in what my friend said as his last comment, that they are showing solidarity with what they perceive to be public perception. The law stands separate and independent of that. It's incredibly important that lawyers don't start playing politics, don't start voicing their own opinions directly or by implication.
All right, Richard Jory and Nagendra Kasana, thank you both very much indeed for joining us on the programme.